Hi, I'm Futong Chang, founder of Chang Concrete, and I'm here to talk about concrete countertop making. The essential tool in concrete countertop making, especially for finishing, is the wet polisher. I have a wet polisher here and all the pads that are used with it. This tool is incredibly convenient to use, and it does such an effective job to polish out the concrete, and so that you get these exposed aggregates where you've placed, let's say, glass in this case, and expose some of the aggregate. This is the tool that does that, and then takes it up and polishes it out so that it's smooth as polished granite. These are the pads that are used with this polisher. Okay, I have on here a 50 grit pad, and it's adhered with a hook and loop system that's quick release. And so you can take this 50 grit, which is the coarsest pad, and you put it on here, and there's a hole in it. And what is that hole for? It's a central water feed, so it goes through that hole. Now, once I go with a 50 and I've polished and polished it out, and I'm exposing some of the aggregate to the level that I want, I would transfer to 100 grit. And then I would go up and polish out, and then go to 200, 400, 800, 1500. And at 1500, you're going to start to get a sheen on the surface. What is essential about this is that you can see this almost like a tire tread here, and that spreads the water out from the central water feed. That central water feed, let's follow this hose, goes back, and here's the switch, see? And this is the shutoff for the water. When you follow that around, you end up, this attaches to the end of a hose. So you have your hose on, and you screw this together, the water comes through, control the shutoff, comes out through here, and it lubricates while you're polishing. Now, the essential element to the wet polisher is avoiding new hairstyles. This is the GFI. All kidding aside, this is such an important thing to have built into the tool for your safety, preventing electric shock and possibly, dire consequences. So this is a ground fault interrupter, and it will shut off if there's any short in the system. And that's essential. And it has a reset button. So that's built into this tool. Essential. Really, really essential. When you're using this tool, sometimes in your flat polishing, you'll have to wear an apron and catch some of the water, etc. But sometimes you'll want to go along an edge. Let's say you want to go along an edge, and you necessarily have to hold the polisher vertical. So there's a handy little skirt that goes on, attaches, prevents water going up in the ceiling and staining your entire ceiling while you're polishing out a countertop, let's say, on site. So when you're shopping for a polisher, you're looking for something that is variable speed. The RPM is from 500 to 3,000, in that range. You do not want to use a grinder. They grind too fast, they burn up the pads, these pads go flying off. They're not used with these kind of polishing pads. So you want to get a polisher with the RPM between 500 to 3,000, variable speed, so that you can control that. You can see here this switch will go on and off, and it'll also just stay on. And so you can be polishing without having to worry about it going on and off or keeping your hand on it. So look for these features, find a good polisher. If you're an amateur and you're wanting to just get into countertops, or you make one for your home, these are readily available at any rental yard. You can rent these. If you're a professional, you want to look for all these features I just mentioned. So we've gone over these pads. These are the resin coated pads, and with the hook and loop system on our wet polisher. We also have another alternative that's just come available, and it is a sort of new system in that there's a quick release here, but it's no longer using the hook and loop system. But what this is specifically designed for professionals, a new pad system that's more rigid, and there's some metal and resin mixed together in this pad. It's more rigid, so it stays flatter and it gives you a flatter finish. If you're looking for that perfect finish, then these are designed specifically for concrete. I always like to say that good design is the most important tool to execute a great countertop. But to execute that good countertop, you need to know what tools you'll need and how to use them. This is Futong Cheng.